There's something about electronic music that just connects on a deeper level than traditional forms of. There's, you know, any sound you want to create, you can create in electronic music. And the first time I ever experienced anything like an electronic show, it was Daft Punk in 2007, and that totally changed the world. Lights and, you know, the loudest sound system I've ever seen, and 10,000 people all dressed up crazy, just, you know, having the time of their life. I was hanging out with a buddy of mine who's a DJ at his work, just waiting for him to get off work. We were gonna go see this Brazilian DJ, and he just mentioned that he and his kind of DJing partner were starting this new duo, and he said, you know, yeah, we're trying to, you know, get a website made, and we need to get some pictures done, and we want to have some video of our performance. And well, I do video, and so he said, all right, sweet. So they lined me up with a ticket for this festival they were playing at, and I went and filmed them, and then I filmed the rest of the festival. And there was just something really fun about capturing the spirit of an event like that, and giving them the opportunity to just show everybody how I see it. The experience I have had so far in getting to film Freak Night last Halloween, one of the headliners was Lil Jon. Kind of blew me away, and it was really funny because then he's done and Steve Aoki comes on and they make the shift, and then Lil Jon pulls out his iPhone and starts filming everybody, and then he points his iPhone right at me as I'm filming him and he's filming me filming him, and just knowing that I ended up on Lil Jon's iPhone is one of the craziest things. When I was about 4 years old, I saw Jurassic Park for the first time, and as soon as that movie was over, my mom has told me the story, that I just looked at her wide-eyed and was like, I want to do that. Whole family involved in making movies. My dad would be the cameraman. You know, I'd have my uncle shaking the branches in the tree to pretend like a dinosaur, and bury pieces of driftwood and make it look like a dinosaur, and we'd take little paintbrushes and brush all the sand away with my cousins and I, and super soakers were our machine guns, and Dad would always do voiceovers. He'd be like, oh, now they're shooting the dinosaurs, and then when we watch the video again, I'd just yell at him and be like, you can't talk, you're the cameraman. And he just never got it. He would always do that, so I fired him. My favorite movie that we made was this one where we took big logs, buried them in the sand on the beach, and then put a bunch of dune grass all over it, and then had like Roman candles that we held up to shoot down into this pretend city, like a meteor shower. And that one was pretty fun. Well, I guess I would always consider myself to be someone who never quite fit into traditional life. My family life has never been traditional. Relationships have never been traditional. Friendships have never been traditional. It's always been, I don't know, I kind of seemed like I was always in a state of turmoil, and so I never felt like I fit in. I first started getting into the electronic community. My dad and stepmom decided to rent out their house and drive around the country in an RV for almost 2 years, and didn't have a home to come back to when I would come back to Seattle. And it was just this weird moment of leaving the high school thing and saying like, okay, cool, now I can have a life and get on with things and, you know, just live and be comfortable in that. And then lost a home, and it was in a tiny little town that I can't identify with. I mean, a couple times I went to some electronic oriented events. You know, you get people who are just, they got dreadlocks down to their hips, they're wearing the craziest outfits, they just, you know, anybody and everybody you see there. And I really like connected with it because here was a community that is completely built around letting anybody be welcome, like what your sex is, what your sexuality is, you know, how you dance. I mean, you could dance like a complete weirdo and people are still gonna think you're, you know, as long as you're having a good time. And if you ask any of the people in the scene, if I show up without a camera, there's like, oh, where's your camera? And it was just connecting with this scene before I started doing video for it, and then now really realizing that, yeah, my passion is filmmaking, is documenting things, is just, you know, capturing moments for eternity and sharing those moments with people. Finding that, and then finding my passion is music and my passion is video, and then having all those years of kind of angsty unhappiness that we all experience, it just gave me a drive that pushed me so much more to be completely relentless in my pursuit of what I love to do. So far, doors just keep opening, opportunities keep arising. It's this fun rise that I'm experiencing that it's just crazy. It's like if I just keep going, the path will just open up in front of me, and that's how it's been, and it's truly incredible.